Good morning. Fucking hell, I was a bit too close to the mic there. Jesus Christ, it's what have we got? We've got fucking Joe's 7 o'clock wake up jazz routine rasp voice. Oh, God. Right, how's everyone doing this morning? We doing okay? We doing well? Had a decent start to the day, I hope so. Good. Well done to everybody that's here on a Monday. My love goes out to you, really do. It's funny. Most of you should be at work, or probably are at work already. So yeah, it's one of those ones. I thought Monday we're gonna fucking start streaming. What should we play? And I've been playing a sort of a little bit of Star Citizen round and here and thereabouts. Because 3.0 was released just before Christmas. Star Citizen 3.0. And it was the patch that introduced cargo hauling, the actual cargo module. And it's quite basic, but it's there. And I thought I'd run some cargo with you today, and we can just talk nonsense while we're doing it. Enjoy the graphics, enjoy the fidelity of the game, and surely enjoy a few crashes along the way. I think that's a must in the experience. It's 11 PM at night. Well, what can you do? I'm catering to the other side of the globe. Hate me if you will. Right. It's 10 PM. Oh, fair enough. No, well, I don't know, some bit. He works nights, yeah. Sweet. Let's go into Star Citizen then. I should have this already set. Look at that. No downtime. Look at that. I'm impressed with myself. Hope you know. Cool. Let's get all the shite loaded, and there we are. And let's play some Star Citizen. I think it might be a little bit loud. Let me turn it down for myself. Do feel free to sort of, hit me in the eye if it feels like it's a bit too loud. Is that a bit too much? I don't know. Let's just assume it is and just turn it down a wee bit. Does it have a master? No, it doesn't. Let's drop it to like 70-ish for each of them. Simulation announcer, that should be enough. Race commentary mode. Oh, I see, for the races, yeah. That should be a bit better. Right, let's load into the verse. What do we want to do? Do we want to load up the hangar first and have a look around some of the ships that we've got, or do you want to just jump straight into the game and haul some cargo? Will I be playing with Soviet soon? I mean, I might be. I don't know. It depends what Shovet is playing, so really depends. A professional streamer, exactly. Can you be a space pirate in this? Yes, you can go around chasing people and blowing them up if that's what you want to do. You can do that. Let's have a look at the hangar then. Let's go into the... Oh, do you know what? I really like... What is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Is it the colonial one? Yeah, low-tech, sort of industrial, sort of colonialism kind of areas. This is like one of the sort of the grungy hangars, and I like these. It's all very sort of... this is, I think, a part imitation of the Levski hangar, I believe, or a similar sort of dealio. It's very dark. Can I sort of turn my spotlight on there? See sort of things popping in and out. I can't spawn massive ships in here, but I don't know. We can enjoy the hangar for the most part. Right, what can I spawn in here? Between size 1 and 3 ships. I've got a few ships. I own 4 ships, not including this one. For some reason, they just give you an Anvil Hornet to bum around in. So we'll look at this one first, the Hornet. Nice ship. This is the civilian one. There's loads of ships that are outfitted for Sir. I think it's going to spawn. There it is. So yeah, one thing that Star Citizen does very well is that all of the ships are massive. Like this is a single seat fighter. It's huge. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's massive. Fucking, you got the size of the engine here. Look at it! Oh, I think this is sport. Oh dear, no, might have spawned in sort of low poly mode. This could be bugged to hell. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if it's all sort of broken and bugged. I bet you it is. Hang on. Can I get up inside it? I think this one might be... It's a good start. Let me try spawning a different one. I wonder if my Buccaneer will load. Fingers crossed. This one did work yesterday night. It's got all of its gun turrets, which should mean it works. Yes, this one's working. So the Hornet's not working at the moment for me. This is my Drake Buccaneer. This is a ship that is actually relatively difficult to get hold of. I tend to find that I get a lot of my ship... What I'll do is I'll buy a ship, like a normal ship, one that's, you know, pretty common, and then I'll wait for a fire sale or something like that, you know, when one of the manufacturers... I think I've actually taken a little bit of damage, if you're wondering why there's a smoke bellowing into the cockpit. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's one of those ones where you buy a ship and then you trade up when something better comes along. It's basically banking a ship ready for a trade-up. And this is what I did with one of my fighters. I traded it up for the Buccaneer. The Buccaneer is quite interesting. It's classed as an interdictor. The interdiction mechanic isn't working in 3.0, but the idea is that I can pull you out of or delay your what we'll call the faster-than-light travel, your hyperspeed, your quantum jump, yeah, or this I believe it's called a spooling drive, or quantum travel even. So yeah, this ship is designed to stop you from using that. You can see it's got fucking Anakin Skywalker pod racer engines, just enormous fucking things, designed to really fucking make this thing go. It's an absolute monster in a straight line, this. It's got these types of missiles, which I wasn't a fan of when I first got them. They're like cluster missiles. The problem is that trying to change them is a terrifyingly sort of haphazard experience, where it can, like... Do you remember how the Hornet was all sort of, just a minute ago, was kind of like de-rendered and wasn't working properly? That's the problem you can run into if you mess with your ship loadouts at the moment. It's going to be patched, I think, in the next couple of months, because they've moved to a quarterly release schedule, which means any bugs that get into the first quarter will be patched in the second quarter, and new content in the... So to sort of give us some sort of regular-ish schedule. The weapons on this thing are actually pretty good. We've got two sort of Kronig, sort of big guns on the top. They're pretty meaty. No, those are tarantulas, sorry. Big tarantula guns on the top, and that's gimbaled. These are the laser mounts, the Gatling lasers. Repeaters, I think they are. Yeah, Badger repeaters. Those are gimbaled as well. You can see the gimbal mount there. And then we've got these longsword sort of crappy... I say crappy, look at the fucking size. In fact, it looks... The more I look at it, the more it looks kind of like a sniper from Halo. But yeah, this is sort of a crappy sort of ballistic... You've got sort of ballistic weapons, and then you've got energy weapons. As far as I understand, energy weapons are absorbed by shields, but sort of ballistic weapons are not. Ballistic weapons punch straight through the shield. It has a built-in hitbox. I should read the chat more. Sorry. Feel free to ask questions in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. Is the Persistent Universe live? The Persistent Universe, is it live? Kind of. It's very sort of incremental at the moment. It's not... I wouldn't recommend the game to you in its current state, but if you've already got it, do give it a play. I think that's how I'd recommend it. You die in real life as well, exactly. Hotbox. What is Hotbox? Oh yeah, this Hotbox. Yeah, so this, I don't know, I really fucking like this thing. I'll show you the sort of animations for getting in and out. Let's enter the ship. There we go. Get on board. Nice smooth animation. And then we're in. And then, could I put it into... Can I power it on? There it is.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
Definitely some gas leaking.
Are online.
I need to take this into the sort of the PU, the Persistent Universe, yeah. And can I turn the engine's already on? Oh, it's... I don't think I can take it off. I don't think they're going to let me leave. It's just the hangar space. Let's pop out then. So this ship's totally fucked. I need to get it repaired. I think I took it into a dogfight, and it didn't do very well. Right, let's show you a different ship. What do you want to see? Let's show you my core. This is a smaller ship. This is my trade-up ship at the moment. It kind of reminds me of a B-wing bomber from Star Wars in that it's very flat. It's very much a pancake ship. And I think it's only got one weapon mount, which I don't even think I have mounted at the moment. This isn't it. This is like some kind of radar. It's actually broken, is what it is. God damn it, why is everything broken? This one too has spawned without its rear door, I think. Oh yes. Anyway, yeah, I think I can jump up inside and show you. This is basically a very light cargo hauler. Basically, the whole idea is that there's these two chairs on like gimbal mounts here, and when you load them, they sort of go vertical. I'll have to do sort of a quick sort of ghetto cookie cutter patch before we go into the PU with these, which means closing the game, deleting a folder, verifying the integrity, and then recovering the game using the game's insurance system, or recovering these two ships using the insurance system. So I can't show you too much of these. It's basically what happens is, if you can imagine it, those chairs are on like swivel mounts, which means they sort of rotate left and right, the sort of the pilot and the co-pilot's chair, if you could imagine them being there. And basically, once the landing gear retracts, the whole ship goes vertical. So rather than the ship being on its side like this, it goes upwards, like some kind of weird alien fighter craft. It becomes like a knife blade. And you fly the ship like that, and it's very good for sort of manoeuvring in between asteroids, I've found, on the way to Grimhex. It's quite a good little ship, that. Let's see if my final ship is all bugged to hell. And if it is, then we won't bother. We'll just go straight to the patching. Is this one all bugged to hell? This one could be all bugged to hell. In fact, I don't think it actually fits in this hangar very well. Let me see if the rear door's on there. It's got its missiles, which is promising. It really doesn't fit. Okay, this one should be working. The question is, can I get in without it breaking the... Just. Fucking just. Holy shit. Okay. Let's go in here. This is my... it's very loud. This is my Miska Freelancer. This is sort of a medium sort of cargo hauler. Sort of on the lower end of the band. Okay. Yeah, this is a bugged some sort of drive. This isn't here in the persistent universe. I believe this one's actually slightly broken as well. We do seem to be venting smoke. I can't remember damaging it. There's some arcing electricity somewhere as well. Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Yeah, there's definitely some damage. This is a very nice ship. You can take 4 people on this one. I don't actually own this exact ship, but the variant that I own isn't in the persistent universe yet, and so it's not spawning for some reason. The version I have is the special I mean, this is obviously capable of calling Hargo, but it's not the large version of the ship. The largest version of this ship, definitely a leak somewhere, the largest version of this ship is called the Freelancer Max. That's the version I own. It's got a much larger cargo bay, it's a much larger ship, specialised for sort of slightly more heavy-duty cargo hauling. It's got a decent cargo load. Definitely something not quite... I think the sounds that we're hearing are actually from these... I should probably go and fix them. Let me just quickly quit the game then and delete the user file, just so that it's all working properly for when we go into the PU. Because I want to show you most of the ships before we take them out. We could do like 1 or 2 cargo runs, stuff like that. I'm showing you the game, basically. I do actually have one much larger ship than this. If you sort of keep the scale of those ones in your mind, we'll be able to show you the really big ship. If you are going to download Star Citizen, I absolutely and utterly recommend that you get or load it onto a solid-state drive. I'm really serious with that. The game, as you've seen, has such a high texture resolution and such a high fidelity that the whole kind of persistent continuous universe thing is very taxing on a hard drive because of the read speed that it needs. I'd fully recommend putting it on a solid state if you ever get the chance. It really needs it. Okay, let me just verify mute. There we go. Verify the cache. There we go. Is there a Firefly class ship? Who only knows? As they say with the Tornado, if it's not leaking, there's a problem. Yeah, it's true. Now I wait for it to reload. Exactly. There we go. Launch. Again, on a solid state, this game loads quite quickly. We should be back at the menu in the drop of a hat. And then we'll go and just do some cargo running and things like that. Again, it's one of those ones. I'll do a little bit of cargo running. I'll show you some of the space stations around. You get to see the terrible AI that lives in the space stations. They tried to put these like very simple AI characters into the space stations to make them look less empty. But it's just resulted in this weird, this really strange, like, stupid AI, basically. I'll just be a second as well. Righto, so let's have a look at what we're doing here. Star Citizen Universe. We've got to go into Crusader now. I'm going to load it by EU so that we try and get a smooth one. And then we wait. For some reason there's no like intermission loading screen, so you are just met with a black screen until the thing finally takes. I may have to disappear sort of periodically as well. There's stuff that needs sort of doing. Right. Just waiting for my turn so I can die. Yeah, exactly. Right. All those equations on the screen, I understand them. I am both proud and sad. I don't, mate, if I could make sense of that, I'd be fucking some kind of scholar. You a scholar? We can only hope. So eventually we will load in. Like we're not. The stream hasn't crashed. You're seeing exactly what I'm seeing: a pitch black screen until the point that the game goes, "Oh, I've found you something." Again, this will all be fixed next. Will all be fixed next time. It's just something that they haven't quite finished yet, and that's sort of a uniform theme. The thing is with Star Citizen is that basically, like, games can be in development for a very long time. You know, games like Alan Wake were like 6-7 years in development. If you know what Alan Wake is. It's one of those ones. Basically, you don't really hear about the game until 1 or 2 years, maybe a year before its release, when they've actually got something to show you. The problem with Star Citizen was... Here we go. Is this a laggy instance? Oh yes, this one's a laggy one. That's alright. It's not too bad. Generally, the FPS is a little bit smoother. It just means that this instance has been up for a little while, which is actually better than nothing. Try and forgive the frame rate. Right then, so we spawn on a place called Crusader, Port Olisar. There we go. So this is the Easy Hab system. This is where you'll spawn if you load into the persistent universe as well. Basically, the hope is that it doesn't crash. Basically, if an instance is really laggy like this, this means it's been up for a while, which actually means that it's stable. So we shouldn't crash out of this one. We should just have a... You've kind of got to find the best of both worlds. If you find a server that's really smooth, it probably means that it's just started, which probably means that it's just crashed. So if you find one that's kind of a bit choppier like this, then you're in for a much better time. It's better than naval action. The naval action loading screen, it actually looks like you've crashed completely, yeah. So, this is sort of the main sort of deck. I need to just go around sort of recovering the ships here. The two that were broken, which were the Core and the Hornet. So let's claim the insurance. Expedite, thank you. And the Hornet. Or the Core even, sorry. Too loud? Is the music too loud? There we go. So what do we want to do? Do we want to take out the big cargo ship? Do you want me to show you around the really big ship? Do we want that? I know, yeah, the ambience. What do we think? Music's a bit loud. That's alright, we'll sort that out. I think it's just the music that's too... Oh, it's all reset because I... Is that a bit better? Is that a bit more reasonable? I think that's about right. Size matters. Bigger is better. Okay, let's see what landing strut I'm on. Let's take out the Caterpillar. It's got 57,000 units of cargo, or 576 what are called SCUs, Standard Container Units.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
There we go, where he's taking us, game. Landing pad B00, so we're on strut B of Port Olisar. That'll be out this way. So everybody get a sense for that, you know. Everybody get a feel for that sense of scale there. Again, forgive the low frame rate. It's doing what it can. It's actually a good sign, the low frame rate. It means this instance has been up for a while. This is this is Port Olisar. This is one of the places you'll actually... If you do trading, you'll probably always come back here, because it generally gives you the best deal on selling goods. Just going to cycle the airlock. There we go. Hey, did they fix their update, or I had to re-download the client every time there was an update? Not really friendly for those who have an 8 megabit download. Oh god, I think you do have to download the 3.0 updater. I'm not sure what kind of work they're making on that. So, Drake Caterpillar, it's a big ship, okay? It's a very big ship. Oh, that's the Cutlass Black, actually. This is very nice. Let's just have a quick run around this one. This isn't my ship. Oh, hello. In fact, he's just powering it up now. Let's try not to run off the edge. He should sort of clear takeoff. Just gave the engines a bit of a thrust. Let's see if he clears the deck nice and easily. Should do. Unless he's just sitting waiting for his shields to charge. This is actually a very good ship, this. It's actually plastered in quite heavy armour. And it's got some decent guns on it. I'll see if I can show you the guns. You can see the turret up there on the top, and then he's got these sort of repeater plasma cannons down here. That turret has got some very decent firepower. And he should have some missiles somewhere as well. I think they might be folded away at the moment. Difficult to say. Ah, well, I think he's just waiting for his shields to warm up before he eventually moves off. Let's go down and take a look at the old Drake Caterpillar. Hopefully I'm not bugged into the deck. Again, that happens from time to time. I think I repaired this one. I hope. Right. So, big old engines. I hope the sense of scale is really coming across here. It's an absolute behemoth. It's a big one. Yeah, it's one of those games. If you're following it, then you're... Oh, comlink down. New mission. It's alright. We won't be doing any of the missions, but it's sure as hell going to tell us about them. Right, so how to put it? Basically, these like weird sort of block grid thing, these 4 squares on the side of the ship, they're all individual cargo bays. Each one holding about 100 SCU, give or take, and they're really roomy inside, and you'll get to see. The thing is, the ship looks absolutely massive, and it's actually a bit of a rabbit warren of sort of tunnels and corridors and things. It's quite interesting. The way we get onto a ship like this, rather than opening the cockpit up, because the cockpit is up there. That top window, that's where we're going to be sitting for most of the journey. In fact, this whole sort of module here, quite interestingly, this whole sort of unit that attaches to the outside of the main hull is actually a lifeboat, believe it or not. The idea is that if the hull or the ship becomes under attack, you can see it's got its own thrusters here. This sort of whole command module here can separate itself from the ship, just detach, and basically becomes a lifeboat for you, rather than just some kind of orbital drop, you know, escape pod kind of thing. It's actually a fully fledged lifeboat, which is nice. When the Caterpillar came out, me and a bunch of people just piled into it and went flying with the doors open. The doors are a little bit bugged on this one. That's a word you're going to hear me using a lot. And the doors don't work very well in the cargo area. I'll show you. So this is how we get up in here. There we go. The lighting really seems to be bugging out. Hopefully I've not taken any damage on this one. So get up there. And like I say, we'll just run a little bit of a freight. The boog of the ship. Can you fly yourself, or do you need a co-pilot? You can fly this one on your own, but obviously all the turrets and stuff need help. There's definitely a bit of like fog or mist in here. Is there have I fucked something up? I don't think it... I'm pretty sure I repaired this ship. It's one of those ones. Here we go. Module Access 1. So this is the enormous cargo bay, yeah. There's definitely some smoke in here. 100% some smoke. I'm not imagining it. There's definitely smoke in here somewhere. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure these are the red alert lights. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, hello. It just keeps going and keeps going. Like I say, loads of individual cargo modules, so that if one gets vented, then the rest of them don't. And then you've got like the main area at the front. I think I can actually send this ramp forward. And like I say, it's a bit weird because it's going to open and then it's going to immediately shut. There we go. And then it should just snap closed. Let's close that up. Like I say, and you can see where all of the cargo sort of goes. I believe the cargo literally fills this entire space. You can't walk where I'm walking when the ship is fully loaded. Like, you'd think that the cargo would just go in these little parts here. No, it goes from fucking floor to ceiling. It absolutely ram this thing. Let's show you sort of the rabbit warren at the back. You've got like a catwalk up there, and that's how you get to the forward turret as well. Let's go through here. So yeah, this is habitation, the habitation area. You've got space for 2 crew sleeping. You've got food and drink facilities when that actually happens. Sort of a few sort of, tellies and entertainment. You watch the, the local system sort of news broadcast, see what's going on. The ship very much designed for long hauls kind of thing. It's definitely got the facilities for that. This is obviously elevator access. Crew enter and exit through here. You've got this sort of arterial corridor here that takes you down to engineering. And these are the things that make it go. I believe these are 2 separate, like, either hydrogen or nuclear reactors. I can't quite remember. I think these are hydrogen engines that make the whole thing go, which is nice. In fact, I think these are responsible for the quantum drive, now that I think about it. But I can't remember. You've got a ladder that takes you up to sort of the arse end of the ship, and when the ship actually powers on, you can make use of this engineering terminal. But it's one of those ones. I can't keep the power on and be in the car. There's so much dust in here. Fuck yeah, it's unbelievable. I think we've got this turret down here. Can I get in this? Show you how that works? Oh, it's like the Millennium Falcon. The chair folds up. I think it actually dumps you in upside down. Yeah. Then you get dumped into the turret like this. There isn't a massive amount to see at the moment because we've got our face wedged into the deck. But the idea is that if you get attacked, you can defend yourself from underneath here. I don't think the power's on. No. Or power on? Oh, we can see ships now, but we can't do anything because the primary power unit isn't on. Let's get up. There we go. Get back out to engineering. Open sesame! Thank you. Right, let's head upstairs then. Like I say, it's a little bit of a... If there is a fire, it will be on this deck here. Hopefully there's no fire. Is there a fire? Pretty sure there's no fire. Oh, there's something bugging out in the window there. Oh, that's the... That's the EVA warning. Rapid decompression without the proper protective gear can lead to serious and sometimes fatal hazards. I'm pretty sure this area is pressurized. Pretty sure it is. Seems to be some kind of like space dust just coming from nowhere at the moment. It's a bit weird. I really don't know where that's coming from. I've not seen that before. It's a bit strange. This is the tractor beam control. Basically the idea is that if you find a piece of cargo in space, that you stand here and you open one of the side doors to the container units, and you kind of guide it in using the tractor beam. So it's a very interesting idea. I don't think it's quite strong enough to sort of grab ships, but definitely for recovering debris. That's the kind of tractor beam this is. I don't know whether you'll be able to upgrade it so that you can full on just grab a ship and just dump it in the cargo bay. That would be quite cool. What have we got back here? We've got the server room. This is where this is where somebody will be if the whole hacking mechanic runs in. The idea is that there are special sort of hacking ships that will eventually be put in that can override certain systems on your ship, and maybe you need to hard reset like a server or something like that to undo the hack, or maybe fight the virus using this terminal in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be very cool when that eventually gets in. Like, maybe somebody can jam all of the doors on your ship so that you can't move around to repair systems and stuff like that. Ah, no, here's the jump drive. Jump drive access. Looks like it's all sort of housed away inside the wall here, but this will be where you'd manage the jump drive components, I think, and mostly do repairs and try and fight interdiction, and then that's down to engineering down there. Right, let's go to, should we go to Shubin? The Shubin mining facility. Let's get through to the upper hallway. Looks like someone was playing Daymar Sandbox with his caterpillar. Yeah. Might be. In fact, I might even be going to Daymar now. This is this command module I was telling you about. Actually, if we turn all the power on, we should be able to... let me just turn the power on. There it is.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
I should turn all the lights on. There we go. So you can have two auxiliary crew back here, as well as sort of a rear co-pilot. You've got like this living space down here. I'd love to show you this down here. But it's kind of a little bit buggy to get off this ladder, and I can end up stuck down there sometimes, starved to death in the life-saving module. So down at the bottom there's like a bear to sink, a few amenities and things like that. Because again, the idea is that this whole thing can detach from the caterpillar and become a lifeboat at a moment's notice. But I think that's about it for the sort of the tour. There's that front-facing turret that I was telling you about. This ship is actually very poorly equipped in terms of weaponry. It's only got standard sort of repeater systems at the moment. Which the idea is that you let me turn on the engines.
Engines online.
There we go. The idea is that you have fighter escorts when you're going through tricky areas of space. The weapons on this thing are pretty damn terrible, in fact. The word of the day is buggy, exactly. That's how it's going to be. So let's try and detach from the deck here. There we go. Show you the outside. Hopefully again give you the sense of scale here. We were a tiny sort of infinitesimal speck. Let's fold up the landing gear here. Should take all of those feet away. There we go. Lovely, and that gives us to like a faster sort of mode of travel. So let's sort of clear Port Olisar then. There we go. So you've got two sort of cruise speeds. You've got like your lower cruise speed, which is what I'm at now, which I believe is about 130. Yeah, 130. What is meters per second? It doesn't tell you that, but it is 130 meters per second. There we go. We have now exited the armistice zone. We've got our little direction indicator there at the front, tells us which way we're going. You'll find that your ships are the most manoeuvrable at this kind of lower end of the thrust. You can actually activate the afterburner to really sort of get a move on, but you only really do that in straight lines, otherwise your ship pulls too many Gs. Let's see what ship this is out here, sort of just floating. What are you, friend? Are you Cutlass Black? I think you are. You're mangled is what you are. Let me just slow the ship down. Try not to crash into the guy. Oh, it's a Constellation Andromeda. Can't see it very well, but it's certainly a Constellation Andromeda. We're on the dark side of it, so I can't. The sun's over there somewhere, so it's. In fact, actually, that moon back there, I think, is our destination. Let's go underneath this guy then. So what we do, we're going to go to the Shubin mining facility on Daymar. I think that's the place we're going to go. So what you do is when you're quantum jumping, you press F2, and then you scroll out and you find your point of origin, where you want to go. In this case, this is the planet Daymar. Can I show you Shubin? There it is. You see it there. The Shubin mining facility SCD-1. That's where we're going to go to fill up on cargo. So let's set this as our destination. So as you can see now, the planet Daymar has appeared in front of us, and all you do is hold B, and then your spooling drive turns on, and then we go for a fly. And you travel at quite a speed. There we go. So we're now in our spooling drive, heading towards the moon. This is a moon, not a planet. And we need to find Shubin. Shubin's up there, 455 kilometers away. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do a short jump at this sort of orbital marker 3. That's going to actually. Can we get closer? What about orbital marker 400? We're looking for orbital marker 1. Let's do a short jump to OM1. In an attempt to try and get us closer to Shubin, because we can't quantum jump to the planet's surface, so we have to sort of piggyback on these OM markers to get as close as we can, and then enter the atmosphere with the afterburner. So what's the distance to Shubin there? 351. That's not too bad. What we'll do then, we'll align up for the planet, and what we'll do is we'll kick the afterburner in. So let's give it a bit of acceleration there. Sort of really put the engines to work. It takes a long time to accelerate this ship, so it's yeah, it does take a while to get to where you're going, but the amount of cargo you can haul kind of makes it worth it. There we are. Let's rock and or roll. I thought you could take over ships that are left out. Yeah, you can jump onto them. Yeah, don't crash. Let me tell you, I know exactly how this thing performs in a crash. I know exactly what it does when it crashes. Just because I've crashed it a lot. Like, I've crashed this ship more times than I can mention. If anybody is familiar with the mining colony of Levski, the trading outpost, I have crashed my ship on that damned asteroid more times than I can mention. Like, I just crash all of the time when I go there. And I don't know why. The ship just doesn't accelerate. I don't know whether it's to do with like really low gravity or really low air resistance or whatever, meaning the ship really struggles to decelerate. I can decelerate much faster on Shubin than I can on Levski, but you make much more of a payout when you go to Levski. Okay, let's get inside here. What's our current speed at? We're at top speed for our afterburner, which is 892 meters a second. The Buccaneer, for example, can go at 1,317 meters a second. So you tend to find that the smaller ships are much faster than these larger ones. That tends to be the way of the world. See, our laser systems here are mounted on the module, so that even if the ship is destroyed, we can still defend ourselves in the lifeboat if we need to. So all of the weapons are attached to this ship here on the side, which is all good. Looks like we're going to be landing on the light side of Shubin as well, which is always nice. Yeah, we're definitely on the good side of it. Although Shubin's up here on the horizon, so it might just be going daytime or nighttime there. Hopefully daytime. Landing on Shubin in the day is much easier than at night, so let me tell you that for nothing. Like, Shubin at night, because this is a sort of a desert moon, if you like. There's always dust storms down here, and it can always be very tricky to see where you're going at night, basically. How many times have you ran out of fuel? I have been stranded on planets more times than I care to admit. I tell you what, I have not been stranded on a planet yet. Mostly because the only times I ever get stranded on planets is if I absolutely belly flop into the ground. Never because I've run out of fuel. The only time I've nearly run out of fuel was in my Reliant core, or the ship that turns on its side. Which is interesting, to say the least. Oh dear. Okay, so how are we doing? What's our approach vector? We are at 100. You can't really see that there because of how bright the planet is. One of the things that the game needs to sort of improve on is the backdrop of the interface, so that you can see against it, maybe giving it some sort of outline, or maybe dimming the screen so that you can see the interface more easily, or sort of dimming the windscreen so that less light bleeds through, like a kind of reaction glasses lens, if you like. I can tell you though, by pressing my nose into the monitor, that we're about 170 kilometers away from Shubin, which means about sort of a little under 3 minutes, basically. When you're approaching a planet like this at roughly 800 meters a second, I mean, you know, it's about right. You're traveling at about 1 kilometer every second, or just under in our case. So it's a little under sort of 3 minutes at the moment. Dust storms. I do mean sandstorms, exactly. Can you show the caterpillar with all the exterior open for a short moment? I can try. Hang on. Where is that button? There is a button for it. I know there's a button for it. Power. Here it is. Lock. Open exterior. It's all going to snap closed again. Oh no, it isn't. Oh, there it is. There we go. Again, it's a little bit bugged out. If I open it up again and then quickly put it into third person, you might be able to see it before it There we go. And then closed. So yeah, that's basically how the caterpillar does its job. We could potentially open it up as well. Oh, hang on, we're coming into the atmosphere now. Let's actually close everything up, shall we? Just so it doesn't take too much damage on entry. There we go. Again, we're just cutting through the atmosphere at the moment. There we go. We're now sort of entering the air-resistant area of the planet below. About 70 kilometers out. Nose up a little bit. To about there. We're starting to slow down now due to air resistance, which is good. You can kind of see the planet's surface coming into view at the bottom here. We're at 12,000 meters, or about 12 miles. Approaching Shubin at a decent angle here. We've got a good altitude. Speed's decent. We're slowing down 740 meters a second. About 48 kilometers out. Again, you don't want to come in too fast here. And you don't want to come in too low. Believe it or not, like an actual astronaut or like an actual spaceship, there's a very specific angle that you can enter the atmosphere at. If you come in too fast, you'll overshoot, and if you come in too shallow, you'll hit the ground. And it's very difficult to wrestle this thing once you lose control of it. If you ever put it into a spin or you stall it out, a ship of this size is an absolute bastard to get control of. I'll tell you that for nothing. Right. Right then, so we're only about 22 kilometers outside of Shubin now. What we're probably going to want to do is take the afterburner off by just giving us a little bit of deceleration. There we go. Difficult to see the planet through all the dust, or the mining facility anyway. Should just be on the far side of this ridge that we're approaching. Shouldn't be too bad. Again, we're taking a nice slow approach here. Altitude's still quite high, but you kind of want it to be. Yeah, a lot of dust down on the planet's surface at the moment. Let's see if we can't get a better view in third person. Yeah, it's just on the far side of that ridge there. Oh, really nice colours contrasting here. Just moved the ship slightly there. Knocked it off course by a few degrees, not too bad. 14 kilometres or so. Here we go. We're on approach now. I don't know whether it's nestled in this valley here. Let's take it down. Again, we're in total whiteout at the moment as we come sort of into the lower part here. All of the fun. Artificial horizon's at -5 degrees, so we're slightly nose down at the moment. Again, this is why you want to take it slow. Yeah, here is the facility. Just about see it through the dust. There's a large landing pad right in the centre, and that's what we're aiming for. Right. Where are you, you bastard? Down here and to the right. It's down there, all right. We need to lose some altitude. Five miles out at the moment, or just over. There they are. I'm starting to see the landing, so the landing pads creep through. You don't have to radio for a landing down here at Shubin. You just have to get quite close. And then land, basically. I thought I could see the landing bays. In reality, I cannot. Let's realign for the facility. Ah, here they are. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Let's drop off the throttle. Our landing pad should just be up here. Oh. Let's bring it right
Landing
down.
gear down.
Let's bring the landing gear down, get it into landing mode. Yeah, here's the pad, creeping through the dust here. Let's swing around here to the right. It's difficult to see anything at the moment, don't worry, it's I can't see anything either. Right, so we should be sort of just over our pad at the moment. I'm sort of just creeping us forward. Ah, here we go. What I need to do, bring it right a little bit, and then swing us round. Like that. Give or take. A little bit too much. That'll do. Right there. That should be about it, I think. Maybe a little bit short. No, I think that's pretty textbook there. Beautifully done. Sort of slam into the ground there. Doing the job nicely. Right, let's get back inside. What I like to do is turn the engines off so that the damn thing doesn't float away on you, but leave the power on so that you still have shields in case you get attacked while you're landed. So let's head over to the trading terminal and see what we can get. Here we go. Got to take a trip outside in that familiar fashion. Got to get back down to the cargo the crew elevator at the bottom. So get a bit of a jog on here. There we are. Run through here. Elevator access and take the cargo lift down. Deploy. There we go. Have I got a gun? I do, I just don't have it equipped. I do have like a railgun, I think. But this is an armistice zone, as you can see from the top right. Which means guns are deactivated here. So it is, not a bad landing. Pretty much in the centre of the pad. They usually go a lot worse than that, I'll be honest. I must have made about 24 attempts to land here at Shubin over my course of me playing 3.0. I would probably say 4 of them have been as smooth as that. Most of them are pretty sort of janky and horrible, particularly if you're landing in the dark here. Landing at night, if you thought the visibility was bad in the day, landing at night is a whole different kettle of fish. It's just, it's pitch black. Right then, this is what we're after. We're after this trading terminal here. We're going to leave Mr. Kiosk alone. Let's see, we are buying, not really see because of the light. We are buying for our Caterpillar 566 standard container units. Now, the price to buy diamonds from Shubin is actually dirt cheap. It's only 13 AUEC. We can sell them for about 27, so that's more than a 50% markup on the price. In fact, I think we can sell them for more than that. In fact, Filthy Old Joe here has a literally... I could have done it in Excel, but I did it in a fucking notepad, so I'm goddamn disgusting. Let me find the... let me tab out again. Let me find my notepad, and it's got trading prices in. I know, right? Open trading.txt. So, hubs. Port Olisar, we can sell diamonds for 28 AUEC, which means, yeah, a hell of a markup price on that. So we're going to grab as many diamonds as we can. The field here, the mining operation, can give us 17 standard container units. That's 1,617 individual units of diamonds for a grand total of 21,000 AUEC. We'll be able to sell them for a decent markup, not too bad at all. So we're going to buy out all of their diamonds because I've got that kind of money. Again, this isn't even the expensive haul. We can do a really expensive one from Levski, but again, landing at Levski is a whole different kettle of fish. Let's see what else then. Fluorine gas, I don't believe is... Oh, it is sold at Port Olisar for 6. I can buy it for 3. That's a double markup on that, so let's buy fluorine gas. 69 containers of that. What else can we buy? We'll buy the expensive stuff as best we can. It's chlorine gas. Again, this is why I made this sheet, because Port Olisar does not sell chlorine gas, or does not buy it. Which means if I was to buy this and go to Port Olisar, it would just be stuck in my ship. I wouldn't be able to get rid of it. It's really annoying. So I made this sheet basically just so I can tell what they do buy and what they don't. Quartz. What's the markup for quartz? Quartz can be sold for 2, so that's again a markup of 1, so I'll be doubling my profit, so I'll be making about 43,000 from that. That's pretty good. We've still got 274 container units left, to give you an idea. Iodine, we can buy this for, let's see, it's about, I think that's about 1.25 a pop. And what's the sell price of iodine? 1.3. It's going to be a very marginal profit, that. Let's not bother taking any of that. Let's try aluminium. What's the markup on aluminium like? Looks to be just under 1 credit a go, 1.9, 1.8 or something like that. How much can we sell them for? We can sell them for 2. Again, not a very good markup, but they sell a shitload of... We could basically fill the ship with aluminium. 24,000 units of cargo there. We could basically fill the ship with this. And it would just... Even though that it's basically nothing, because we're trading it in bulk, it will make a decent profit. It will probably make about 40,000, which is a 20 grand markup. Just through sheer bulk of the item. Considering that the rest of the stuff here is basically worth next to nothing, we should probably consider that. Let's take a look at cordium. How much is this per unit? Oh, it's 3. 3 to buy. 1 unit's worth about 3, and we can sell it for 4. Well, it's worth about 1.5 actually. About 1.5, and we can sell it for 3. It's a double markup. We'll take the corundium, or corundum even. That's another 99. And then we'll fill up the last with the aluminium, I think, as we can just fill the ship from top to bottom with that. There we go. Purchase aluminium. There we go. 566 container units filled. So now, if we go back to the ship, all those empty cargo spaces will be filled from top to bottom, basically. There we go. Cycle the airlock. Let me just remove the spreadsheet so I can see what chat's doing. Right. There we go. No other people on Shubin. The Shubin mining run is something that a lot of people aren't very familiar with. If you have a small cargo ship, Shubin is definitely the place to come to. But if you have a large cargo ship like mine, the most profitable place you can go is Levski. And I'll probably show you that in a moment. Shubin's good because diamonds, I think, are the cheapest commodity here. Like, they are worth 13 ACU here, everywhere else they're worth 17, and that's only 5 credits a pop, but if you think on the grand scheme of things, how much that's going to cost you in profit in the long run, it's way better to get your diamonds from here, you'll make more profit from it. But again, a large ship can overcome that sort of gap, because you need to be able to fill a large ship from top to bottom to make the cargo run worth it. So even though the diamonds are cheaper here, I can get them in much more bulk from Levski, which sort of overpowers the profit sort of gap between here and there. To eat my Ewoks. Just literally said at Long Live Quebec. Hello. Right, so actually I need to show you the cargo units. Now, funny thing, let's go back down and show you the what's kind of happened to our cargo bay. If we try and go into the cargo bay, we're just going to get hit with a wall of crates, basically. There we go, habitation, and then cargo module 1. It's literally filled from ceiling to floor with just units. I'm not sure what units these are. I think this is maybe the corundum. I don't think it's the diamond. Can we see that there? Caution, heavy load. It's definitely not the gas. Let's head back upstairs. Which ship did you buy when purchasing the game? The ship I purchased when I bought the game was the Misk Freelancer. And I've just slowly added to it over the last sort of couple of years. There we go. Let's take the upper sort of EVA access. This area here is eventually going to be a docking ring. Basically, they're hankering to add the Hull C Star Citizenship to the game. If you've ever basically, I encourage you to Google the Hull C or the Hull E or the Hull D cargo ship from Misk for Star Citizen, and you'll see that they've got like these big spines that the cargo come off. Now you can't land a ship when you've got the ship in a fully loaded state, so you're going to have these special cargo rings that attach to your ship. So it's one of those ones you'd need to equalise it beforehand. Oh, I have gone prone. I need to stay away from that ladder as best I can. There we go. And each individual cargo module is just filled from top to bottom with stuff. What's this one? Crystalline materials, that's the corundum. Let's see what we got down here. More crystalline materials. Let's check the front one. Buy Drake with in-game currency. No, here's our gas. Which gas was this? I can't remember. This was the fluorine gas, wasn't it? Fluorine gas containers, all filled from ceiling to floor. And then even the front cargo bay here, it looks to be filled. I think these are the diamond crates up here. Not entirely sure. Again, if I quickly run back to the what's it bay, the command module. Again, even though the doors are kind of a little bit buggy, we might be able to show you the whole lot. If we open the doors. I've not actually done this before. This should be quite a nice sight. Hopefully it doesn't just jettison it all over the floor. That's we'll file that under not ideal. So if I go to open exterior, okay, you couldn't see arse there because it was too dark. Never mind. Okay, let's close that all back up. And let's initiate a takeoff. Engines on.
Offline. Engines online.
Engines rebooted. Right, let's get a little bit of lift on.
Launch complete.
Let's nose up. Give it forward thrust and retract the landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Should clear this thing. Maybe give it a bit more nose up. There we go. That's the stuff. So we're now leaving Shubin, or the Shubin mining facility. We're now going to head back up to the atmosphere of Daymar. Again, because usually you can't go quite so vertical, but because this ship has got like massive rear thrusters, we're able to overcome the weight of the cargo and just travel straight up, basically, which is nice. And that's the planet we're trying to get back to. Crusader is the central planet, Bespin. That's where Port Olisar orbits. So as soon as we exit orbit of this planet, we'll be okay. Here we go. Let's rock and roll. What's our altitude at the moment? We are at 2,000 meters and climbing. Currently overcoming the weight of the cargo in the air resistance of the lower atmosphere, so the speed is a little bit jarring as we climb here. Again, as the air gets thinner and thinner, we'll be able to get up more and more speed, which is nice. Did I play this game before 3.0? Yes, I did. There we go. Any close contacts? No, no close contacts on radar, which is pretty good. Have I played Elite Dangerous? I haven't, because I heard there were mixed reviews about Elite Dangerous. I really liked the idea of it, and I was going to get it, but then I heard there were loads of problems with, not with the gameplay, but how players play the game. Like, there's just a ridiculous amount of piracy in the game, basically. Not like, yo-ho, I've stolen the game, but I mean, yo-ho, I'm here for your booty. And, yeah. It's a shitload better than it was before. Maybe I'll give it a go, then. So you can kind of see the curvature of the planet there. I mean, you can kind of understand why it's taking them so long if they have to design entire planets that seamlessly load like this. Like, I can't go into a house in Skyrim without a dirty grey loading screen. But that these guys are managing to render entire planets without a single load screen, and you're able to quantum jump between these huge areas of universe. I mean, you can kind of forgive them why the game's so unoptimized at the moment. I mean, this is an entire fucking planet, or a moon. I mean, just a sense of scale here. We've taken off from Shubin. Look at the size of it still. It's massive. And that planet there, that gas giant, is tens of thousands of kilometers away. And still, look at the size of it. Piracy wasn't the problem. People hard quitting the game and hiding in solo or private mode made it boring, unless you're into body checking NPCs for eternity. I see. This is CGI Daymar is flat. Yes, this is a problem for flat earthers. Some kind of nebula out there. I'm not sure what that is. Glowing red, whatever it is. Right, we should have cleared the atmosphere now if we go back inside. Or very close to clearing the atmosphere. Nearly up to top speed here. Got a raise on. Right. Let's open up our jumping module. We need to go to Port Olisar. Set as destination. Okay, so Port Olisar should now be available for us to jump to. Let's slow down the afterburner there, and then we'll make a course adjustment, and then we'll set our sights on Port Olisar. Here we go. Let's begin lowering the nose. Let's just start nosing over here. There we go. And we're trying to find the Port Olisar marker, which should just be down here somewhere. Should be right on the side of the planet. There it is, just on the dark side of Bespin. There he is. Right. Line that up a little bit better. Let's perform our spooling drive.
Quantum drive is now on.
Or quantum drive. There we go. And then we'll arrive back at Port Olisar, and then we're going to land this bastard. There we go. So we're going to enter the Armistice Zone very shortly.
Quantum drive is now off.
There we go. Now I need to get a bit more raise. The platforms are up high. Okay, well at least I've approached the right way up. The whole ship should get buckled as we get into the Armistice Zone. There it is. Don't know why it does that. Right, let's slow right down. 10% throttle. Let's radio in for a landing pad from Port Olisar Landing Services and lower our landing gear.
Down.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
They should assign this one to us just in front of us. There it is, that green arrow tells you all you need to know. Right, so let's begin our very slow and delicate approach to Port Olisar. The landing autopilot in this particular ship isn't very good. Let me tell you that for nothing. It really, probably about 5 out of 10 times it works. Other times it just craps you wherever the hell it wants, and you have to sort of put up with that. Let me swing the nose round, come at it sideways. Just so that we're lined up with the pad. Sort of level off a little bit. Give us a bit more juice forward. It's up to 50% throttle. When you're in landing gear mode, your throttle is much less powerful. Lets you make for much more delicate adjustments. There we go. Let's ease off the throttle a little bit, 30%. at the right sort of angle. A tickle of right throttle, give us a bit left again. Slow us right the way down. There we go. Once we get over this green line, we can let the landing autopilot take care of it. I think we're mostly lined up now, so it should do a decent job. There we go. And landing autopilot.
Automated landing. Deck impact warning.
It's alright.
Landing complete.
And we're down. Right, power off the engine so we don't float away.
Have a pleasant stay.
Excellent. So basically, at this point, if the server crashes, we're fine because the ship has been saved in the hangar. Basically, the ship has been synced to Port Olisar. Because sometimes what happens, the server crashes, and you lose everything if you're not at a space station. Particularly if you're on Shubin, you lose your ship as well. So you have to be docked at some kind of hub in order to keep all of your equipment, basically. Right, let's go down to the deck below. Did I play Elite Horizons, and how do I compare? Oh, I've not played Elite Horizons. Have you ever heard or played the Freelancer? Yes, I've got the Freelancer. We could do a small Freelancer run if you like. Yeah, we could put this cargo ship to bed for now. I'll show you Levski as well. There we go. Beautiful stuff. All sealed up. Right, let's head over to the trading terminal here at Port Olisar, which is a bit of a jog. Like I say, it's a big ship. So we got a long way to go. Again, look at the fucking landing autopilot parking us all skew-if. It's really bad. I honestly don't know what these were. I thought these were like guns initially, like some kind of like shotgun-esque weapon. Truthfully, I don't know. I don't know what they are. They could be anything at this point. First time I ever vet, the Starfarer is enormous. I'd say the Starfarer was bigger. It's definitely got more corridors than the Caterpillar, the Starfarer, but I think the Caterpillar is just a little bit longer and definitely carries more cargo. Right, let's rock and roll this way. Get back inside. Airlock is depressurized. Let's cycle the airlock. And then we're back in Port Olisar. Nice and easy. Cool. Let's head over to the trading terminal and see how much we get. See if we were about right. It's about a sort of a 2-to-1 profit ratio. We should be sort of doubling our money. We paid about 30 grand for some of them. Let's see how much we made. Sell from Drake Caterpillar. So there we go. The diamond's selling for 29, so we should make a decent profit on that. 47,000, that's very good. We've also got fluorine gas, which was selling for about double. Again, double the profit, about 46,000. And again there, you see, just through bulk, we were able to basically increase the amount of... again, yeah, basically, even though that we bought 17 crates of diamonds, and diamonds are more expensive, we still made the same profit with the fluorine gas, simply because we bought it in bulk. And we bought about 100 and something containers of fluorine gas, which means we made about the same profit. So if you've got a large cargo ship, it really doesn't matter which material you buy as long as you bulk buy it. There we go, our corundum. That's again about 46,000, fetching a decent price. Shubin is very cheap to buy from, definitely. The quartz as well, yep, about double, just under. And lastly, the aluminium here. Not quite double, but a very low markup on the aluminium, but that was just filling sort of the last bit of the cargo there. Oh, just one, I think, yeah, a little bit more quartz to sell on. There we go. And just like that, through my previous cargo runs, we've cracked over 2 million AUAC there. Not in that single run, but yeah, just about cracked it. So that was 2 million there. That's a hell of a lot. These are these weird AI that kind of just stand around after they break. It's really odd. I went prone there again. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim, sort of off-camera kind of thing, And obviously it's caps lock to walk in Skyrim. This is so weird. Right, let's load up a Freelancer then and head over to Levski. This is stored at Port Olisar. That is good. Let's retrieve. Hopefully it's not broken. Fingers crossed.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
We've been delivered to landing pad D02. So we're on D strut now. D02's out this way. So we started on B strut, but we've landed at D strut. Basically, all of the different struts are just carbon copies of each other. But obviously are different areas so that they're not quite as cluttered. So like I say, we're on D strut. Dude in the white shirt looked depressed. It's because he doesn't have a kick-ass ship to go and play with. There we go. The Misk Freelancer. This one is slightly bugged into the deck, as you can see. There's a trick to breaking it free, but that's okay. Let's head in through there. In fact, we went in through the back before. Let's get in through the side door. I was really surprised with the size of the missiles on the Freelancer. They're massive. Like, seriously, these things can pack some punch. I think these are size 4 missiles and then a size 3 set down there. They're really big. They can really do some damage. And these are I think the tarantula guns that I was telling you about before, or the Kronig. I think these are tarantulas. It's actually got quite a bit of firepower, the Freelancer. It's a ship that can definitely defend itself, which is nice, because it's... Let me in. There we go. Enter ship. Again, once we've turned all the lights on and everything, it should be a bit less sort of grungy and dark. Let's go and power it up. There we go. And where's the power button? I'm sure it's somewhere on the left here. Power on. There we go. I've done that prone thing again. Right, so there you go. That weird sort of black box from the start of the screen is gone now. There's actually cargo space down the side here, SCU units, and then all of this cargo's in here. It basically leaves these small little catwalks down the side so you can still get to the back. So all of the cargo is loaded in this sort of central red area here, and then a little bit more past there. And again, this is loaded to the ceiling. Right, let's crack on then. We've got to get to Levski. It's a slightly longer jump, but it should be a little bit easier in our Freelancer because it's such a much smaller ship, so the manoeuvrability is a bit easier. It also goes a little bit faster as well. So we need to get it flight ready, so let's get it flight ready. Power it off. There we go. There we go. We detach from the deck. Let's turn us to where we need to be going. Let's retract the landing gear. And let's clear Port Olisar. There we go. We need to be heading sort of off this way, where that other ship's going, I think. So let's open it up. We're not going to Daymar, Yella, or Selin. If we scroll out quite a way, there's a planet called Delamar, very distant orbit of or a very distant moon. We set that as our destination. It's actually over here somewhere. There he is. It's quite a long quantum jump, this one. 800 kilometers. So let's get us started. There we go. You can see that other moon. I think that's Daymar there racing past. We're going way into deep space. Oh no, it's a Soviet raid! Ah, shit. Here we go. Here's the planet we're after. Let's get back indoors. Now, Levski is on the far side, 200 kilometers. Oh, Jesus. Just jar us around a bit, why don't you? Let's head over this way. What's the distance to this node here? It's not too bad. Let's get the afterburner kicked in. There we go. I absolutely love this ship, by the way. Like, I love the Freelancer. I think everybody loves the Freelancer in its own way. Again, it's only a dinky little thing, but it does its job really well. It's got a decent shield array. It's got nice, quiet, sort of low signature engines. And then in the event that you do get found, some kick-ass missiles and some seriously big ballistic weapons. So this thing can really stick up for itself. It doesn't take a beating all that well, but it can dish out some serious hurt. Get back inside. 5 seconds till we can jump. And just a short-range quantum jump. Oh, it's not going to let me jump. It says it's obstructed. Looks like we're approaching Levski the old-fashioned way then. Looks like we're just going to have to skirt the planet and then turn in on it. It's not too bad. It's not a massive distance. There's a huge lorry reversing down my road at the moment. How the hell did he get that up here? It's massive! What the fuck? He's reversing it at like 10-15 miles an hour as well. Let's hope he doesn't hit any cars on the way around. He's going to be in big trouble. Excellent. Is the ZF group on Star Citizen? I think there is a ZF group. Is it on Star Citizen and ready to go? I don't think so. I think it's sort of made but not actively used. Only problem with the Freelancer is the view from the cockpit. It's not terrible. And they're actually, you've got to remember, they're actually remodelling this ship. And I think the idea is that the view will be a little bit better. But yeah, it's kind of a uniform... issue's a bit harsh with the Freelancer series, or the MISC ships in general, that they generally have a really shit view from the cockpit. I hearken to sort of it being a bit like a helicopter from Arma 3, if you've seen Cyanide playing them, that you kind of just have to know where the arse is, like, you know, the tail rotor in the case of a helicopter. You can't see it from where you're sitting in first person, but you have to have a sense of scale for your own ship to account for the arse end, and I think this is about the same. Right, let's turn here, let's keep our afterburner up. It's quite a high G turn. Levski should just be coming into view on the horizon there. It's quite a small asteroid, this, on the grand scheme of things, compared to like Daymar and Levski, and, well, Levski's where we're going, but Daymar and Yela and all of the other planets. How much FPS do I get in game? Really depends on the instance that you're playing on at the moment. I'm getting about 40-ish, 38-ish. It's fluctuating quite a bit. But normally, I say normally, sometimes you can get a decent frame rate anywhere between 40 and 60, which is smooth enough to enjoy it. Again, this game hasn't been optimised at all yet. They say that they've been doing optimisation passes. I really can't blame them for not doing any real optimisation passes yet. If you just look at the amount of fucking surface damage, like, a lot of asteroid strikes on this planet. There's just craters everywhere. Really nice. Okay, let's pull in left here. Got this small sort of micro... Well, they're not micro-meteoroids. In fact, I'd call them... They are just full-blown asteroids. There's nothing micro about them. They're about the size of this bloody ship. There we go. Let's get on approach to Levski. Let's nose us over. We're actually very close here. We're not even in the atmosphere yet. Not that this planet really has an atmosphere. It's got a very sort of light, sort of sprinkling of dust. There we go. We're on sort of final approach to Levski here. Obviously, not really having an atmosphere, you should be able to see. There it is. Now, it's a former mining colony, Levski, a former sort of mining show, if you like. And yeah, it's got these big hangar bays, and you'll see why it's very difficult to land the Caterpillar here. Landing the Freelancer here should be relatively stress-free, but landing the Caterpillar is always a nightmare on this planet. So we're on approach, 17 kilometers. I'm just taking it nice and slow. I could probably speed up a little bit. Get us up to max speed in this atmosphere, which is about 315, 308. It's not too bad. Oh, looks like there's a few people already parked here at Levski. It looks like there's only one hangar open at the moment, or one hangar free. Hopefully, I can take it from this guy before he lands. Either that, he's either trying to land or he's trying to take off. Right, let's slow down a little bit. Let's get down to 50% thrust, because we're only 7 kilometers out now. And let us change this terminal here to comms. And as we approach... he says. We should have... Here we go. Levski landing control. Let's get permission to land.
Well, there we go. One hangar all ready to go.
There we go. Which hangar is he giving me? Oh, he's giving me hangar 4 there, I think. Yeah, hangar 4's just opened up. Okay. Are you able to land anywhere on planets? No, you can land anywhere on planets, but if you want your ship to save, then you have to land in the space stations. Let's just give it a tickle of right.
Landing gear down.
Landing gear down. Let's get into third person. There's clearly something wrong with my shadow there. Yeah, something very wrong with my shadow. There we go. That should be clear. And if I hold N as we come in here, auto land. There we go. So the docking computer for this hangar then basically takes control of the ship and touches it down, which is arguably a bit better than me just slamming it into the deck. What happens if you crash your ship into a planet? Is it lost when you get back? You have to, that's right. You have to recover it. Oh fuck me.
Oh, good. Welcome.
Okay, let's see what sort of horrible thing has just happened with the landing computer. Engine off. What horrible... We're at an angle. We're pointing up into the... What horrible thing has forsaken the Freelancer? Is it... What's happened? That's quite a long way down there. I don't think I'm going to take that way. I guess we'll have to go out the back. Oh. Okay, that's not terrible. Oh! Somebody was already parked here. Whoops. I've just parked on top of his ship. Why did it give me permission to land here? Oh dear. Well, shit. Oh, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take it. Oh my god, the wall of lol. Holy shit. Let's just lock it up. So that oh hello. Okay. I don't think we should stay here too long. Let's grab some cargo and go. Fucking game, honestly. Right, let's get into Levski. We need to go to the control desk or the admin terminal or whatever it is. Leave a sorry note. Yeah, sorry I scratched your car. Sorry I scratched your spaceship. Just call the service elevator. Should take us up to the main lobby. Except when it doesn't. Did I press the button? I'm sure I did. Is it arriving? Is this elevator bugged out? It's always the way. Where are we? Doesn't say which hangar we're in. Okay, well, if the lift was going to get here, it should have been here by now. So clearly, this hangar bay doesn't work. Probably because this guy's already in it and it's like bugged out. I bet he's closed the hangar door over me, hasn't he? Okay, I'll have to get back in, and we're probably going to have to land outside somewhere. It's not too much of a bother. Yeah, okay, that lift door isn't working. Let's get back inside the ship. Turn on local chat and that pilot will have... I don't think he's in his ship. I don't think he's in here. I think he's just wandering around Levski somewhere. So silly. Alright, let's get back in. Right, don't just kill yourself, ship. Alright, I need you to get home. Where's the sweet spot? How do I get into you again? There we go. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Let's jump up. Oh yeah, fucking hell. God, okay. Close that. That didn't sound good. It's alright, just a bit of movement, it's okay. Right, what we'll have to do is we'll have to request landing permission again, just to open the hangar door above us. Right, menu. In fact, I can't see that menu very well. We'll use this one. Menu, comms, Levski, landing control. Should open the door for us.
She'll be waiting for you in the hangar.
There we go. Right. Let's fire up our engines and hopefully not burn his ship into oblivion. That's the hope anyway. Right, engines on.
Engines off. Engines on.
Okay, we're now free of his ship. Let's just break out. Okay, well it looks like there's a couple of bugged ships in the in and around this part of the station. So what we're going to do is we're going to land down here where the vehicles are meant to spawn, the ground vehicles. I don't actually own a ground vehicle, but we'll land down here and just use this as a temporary landing pad. I think that's about got my arse clear. Let's bring the nose up, just give it a tickle more forward. Let's land here. Again, not technically a landing place, but I mean, needs. Oh, it's not successful. What have I landed on? Ooh. Landing successful, eh? I'll take it. That'll do. Oh no, you stay down there. I'm turning the engine off. You behave yourself. I forgot a note on the windshield. Yeah. See, that's not terrible. I'll take it. I will. Okay. Not what I wanted to do. There it is. That's what I wanted to do. Pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be okay. Where we're going is, I believe, over there. Those yellow doors are like hangar bays. Let's get over there. Yeah, that'll be fine. Like a glove. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, brilliant. No, it's actually camouflaged with the metal of the sweater. No one will even know it's there. People are going to bump into that going, Jesus, where did that come from? So, yeah. Brilliant. It's actually just it looks like we're just getting onto the dark side of the sun here from Levski. It's not quite night yet, but it's trying to be. Sort of low light. Oh hello, is the fucking broken SAI. Keeping with the oh, don't tell me these doors are bugged out. Don't tell me they're bugged out. Okay, sorry, I thought they were bugged out. They were in like LOD format. Ah, there we go. Okay, they're working. Excellent. Let's just hope the elevators in Levski are actually working. How you doing, Heave? Welcome to Levski. Former mining colony. There we go. Right, let's call both lifts. See if either of them are working. Ah, excellent. Lift 2 is working. Sounds like lift 1 is working as well. Let's get down to customs and then... Can someone come along and try and steal your ship? Oh yeah, I've had my ship stolen loads of times just because I'm an idiot and I leave the door open. There we go. This is Levski. We need to buy our minerals and stuff from here. We should be able to. I've been able to buy from the past here. Can people join you in game? Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones. You basically have to add people on your friends list, which I don't mind doing, but it's pretty cumbersome. Right, can I put stuff into my freelancer here? Yes, I can. Right, so diamonds are absolutely shocking in price. Why the hell are they 59? Looks like somebody's already come here and cleared out the diamond reserve, because 59 AUEC to buy is atrocious. In fact, it's so atrocious that I can't actually buy any from here. Somebody has totally emptied this space station of diamonds. Absolutely. So we're going to have to sell some different stuff. Laranite. Okay, let me just... I've got my notepad here full of trading goodies. Oh, God. Okay. So we're going to be taking them back to Port Olisar. Laranite sells for 72. I think it's you buy it for like 130 something here. Oh God, what a shocking price. Okay, what else can we buy from here then? How's gold doing? Gold you can buy for 17 and sell for 24. Looks like we're doing gold then, as it's the only one that the price hasn't crashed on. All right, how much gold can we get? All 66. We can pay 116,000 to fill up the ship with gold. So we're just going to do a one-trick pony. Nice heavy gold shipment. The idea was to grab some diamonds, maybe some laranite, but those prices are ridiculous. I'd be making about a 40, 50, 60% loss if I'd bought that laranite from here. That's insane. That's so bad. Again, the FPS is quite low. I'd ask you to just grit your teeth and just sort of bear through it. As I say, the worse the FPS, the longer the server's been up, which is a good thing because it means the server doesn't crash. If you're doing cargo, a server crash is like the worst thing in the world. Cool, so this is Levski. There is actually this whole area down here. I guess I'll show it you, just for the sake of showing you it. As, I don't need anything from down here. It's called the Grand Barter Market. And again, what you've got to remember about this place is that this was a former mining colony, but people still live here as kind of a sort of a trading outpost now. It's mining operations have sort of long since stopped. But now it's sort of like a sort of an outlaw sort of not a safe haven, not a totally legitimate business out here in space now. You can see what's left over of the quarrying operation here at Levski. What is the new planet? I don't know. You're not able to go there yet. It's very far out there. There we are. This should be the Grand Barter Market. Here it is. Very sort of ghetto. Yeah, the way in is through like this large sort of turbine fan thing. Large sort of centrifuge. You wouldn't want to turn this on again. And sort of see how sort of ghetto the whole place is. Again, just literally just anywhere they could fit it, they did. There we are. And this is the Grand Barter. Perilously quiet at the moment. I think once they've hashed the game out, there'll be like loads of AI sort of... what's the thing I'm thinking of? The new... It's not Blade Runner. Is it Blade Runner? I'm not thinking of the right one, am I? The Blade Runner 2046 or whatever it is. Am I thinking of the right one there? Nice ass, thank you. Absolutely beautiful. It's very nice. Again, they've just got to populate the world basically with stuff to do, and they're basically there. There's no doubt about sort of graphics or anything like that. Like you can't fault them on that. Not really. But again, and now it's just content. Sort of a long way around. You've got all sort of the rabbit warrens and the bits behind it. Is this multiplayer? Yes. Kind of reminds me of those Raider vaults in Fallout. Yeah, I guess it does in a way. Oh, is this... It's a very deep... Oh god, it's such a... I love Levski. I absolutely love it. Sort of bit of graffiti here and there. Don't know who graffitis the floor, but... Oh, it's just a man here. Is this where we do like a quick draw challenge, is it? Lovely. Just ticking along. Hello, friend. You can imagine there being some missions back here. We're very much in the bowels of Levski at the moment, like really out, sort of outback and beyond. Grand Barter Market is up this way. Let's keep going this way. Some kind of service elevator over here. Some more just totally stationary AI. The idea is that they're meant to patrol, but sometimes they're just bugged out. I think there's actually like a whole area out here, sorry. Like a whole sort of... When I say a whole area, you can't really get to it yet, but like a larger sort of modelled area. Some fairly extensive workings here in the mine. You can see all the different catwalks and stuff down there. It's just such a big place. You really get sort of lost in it. Grim Hex is the same. Grim Hex is a place that you can really get lost in. We should probably think about getting back to our ship. This is the shit himself run. There we go. Back through the central ventilation system. Is it not? Oh, is it not going to... Alright, hang on. I need to call the lift. I've never been in this lift. I don't know where it goes. I think it just goes back up to the bazaar. No, it goes down. Okay. Didn't realise it went down. How much further down does it go? I've never been in this lift. Can't be too much further. Oh no, it's just to some sort of sub-layer catwalk. God, we're very far and let's just keep going down. Let's just see what's down here. Caution. Yes. I guess this is as far down as down goes. Oh, you can see like the hydraulic, like what I guess is called timbering, but isn't actually timber. It's to support the mine as they go. Oh, it's quite a nice feature. Using hydraulics as well. That's really interesting. Cool. He's got like a fucking. He's got his fucking. Oh, look at that helmet. He's got a face made of melted plastic. In fact, that's not too bad actually. You can see the fucking pores on his face. Like what the fuck. That's a very sort of out there helmet. Let's see what's down here. I bet you this goes back up now. Ah, yes. Inevitably, it was going to go back up to the top. We're like 200 meters below where our fucking freelancer was docked. It's crazy. Is there a story behind Star Citizen? I think there is. I think the squad. Move your legs. There we go. I think Squadron 42 is the story-driven thing. I keep randomly stopping. There we go. Can you handle walking for me? Appreciate it. Right, this should be. There's that elevator that we took down, so we're on the right track to head back to the market. Back in our ship, and then we'll fuck off to Port Olisar, where we'll sell some stuff. Yeah, you can link the Star Citizen story if you want. Can't see why not. There you go, let's get back up. Lovely. All these AI are like council workers on their hourly smoke break, yeah. Now what, they just stop, dead. All motor function ceases. Until they're off their break, anyway. What's the carrier ships like? And are the fighter and bombers auto or player controlled? As in you need 30 players for one ship. The larger ships do need multiple crew, as far as I understand. I was kind of concerned then, there were no buttons. Yeah, basically, the larger ships do need crew. You can... Oh, God. Oh, dear. Sorry, you can fly any ship on your own. You can fly any ship from kind of like the pilot's position, but you don't necessarily need... like the full crew to do it. There we go, back up to the top. We need to go a little bit higher still, actually. We need to get up to the top lobby. He's going through customs. Again, another weird helmet man. We need to get up to the top lobby. Was it this lift we came down in? Was this? There we go, yeah. Let's get up there. Yeah, the story Squadron 42, exactly. Get bent, man. Oh my god, did somebody just drop some bits? Oh shit, why is that not popping up? It's on. Oh, I'm really sorry, mate. I don't know why that didn't pop up. Why isn't that popping up? Hang on, sorry. The Stream Pro thing isn't working. Should add PC specs. I should do, shouldn't I? But to be fair, I'm planning on upgrading them soon. Why isn't that working? Apologies if you've like dropped bits or subbed or anything in the last. Hang on. Oh, I think I missed my window to get out. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, apologies if you did that and it hasn't popped up. It's really strange. I don't know why that's not working. What are the specs? I hope you like the word vague, because that's about as much as my mind can suss at the moment. It's a 6-core. It's an Intel 6-core processor clocked at 3.5 gigahertz. I hope that's all you need. And I'm running a 980 Ti, 32 gig of RAM. I'm running Star Citizen here off a solid state drive, which I thoroughly recommend. It's a 256 gig SSD. So yeah, it's just one of those ones. If you create an account, regardless of buying the game or package, make sure you use a referral code. You can get one. The game will give you 5,000 UEC, 5 games of in-game credits. Oh, right. Brilliant. Right, okay, let's rock and or roll. Everything should be in my freelancer here. Find the sweet spot. Find the hitbox for the door. Come on, you got this. Frame rape. Come on. There we go. This should be... No, that's half the job. Need to actually get into the ship. Enter ship. There we go. Lighting is freaking out on this instance. I am on quite a buggy instance for what it... here we go. Here's all of our gold. Big crates stacked from floor to ceiling. 66 crates of diamonds. Or, sorry, of gold. From ceiling to floor, all loaded up, ready to go. We've got our rear turret here as well. Not particularly well equipped, but it does a job. Right then, let's get to the front and let's take off and begin the journey back to Port Olisar. It's not a particularly long flight. It's just the quantum jump that takes a while. Right then, let's power up those engines. Let's move that back to its zoomed out view. Engine power is on. Oh, fuck me. Jesus. It's alright, nobody panic. Am I totally stuck now? Oh my god. Sure, why not? Okay, let's get that landing. Jesus Christ.
Good luck out there.
I need more luck than landing at Levski. Fucking hell, this thing doesn't half go like the clappers. Right, where do we need to go then? Doesn't that icon on the hood mean there's a fire somewhere? Oh no, that's chaff, I think. Oh, yeah. I think... Well, what I did was I just fired some countermeasures for no reason, but I think that's to basically determine what countermeasure... Oh, that was a high G turn. What missile is tracking you, basically. So, yeah, for example, where is Crusader? Sorry, I need to just zoom in my nav map. Somewhere below me. I see where I need to go is on the far side of that planet, so we need to book it in this direction. Let me apply the boost here. Oh, that's very high G. Right, there we go. And let's get full whack on this way. There we go. Brilliant, right. Good stuff. We're just coasting along now. Bespin should sort of creep into view. There he is on the far side of that planet. Let's slow down. Try not to make an incredibly high G-turn like we just did. Still not quite the all clear to move to... apparently the target is obstructed. So we just boost towards it as best we can, and then we light up our quantum jump and jump back. I don't even want to think about... I mean, I suppose you could, if you really wanted to. Sorry, let me just zoom out my annoying nav map there. What you could do if you really wanted to was fly the 800,000 kilometres just without quantum jump. What a fucking chore that would be. Like, Jesus Christ. No G-meter as such. Here we go. We've cleared whatever obstruction was there. Maybe there was like an asteroid somewhere between us and there that's just moved. So let's spool up. This is like the warp drive. There we go. Quantum travelling back to the target. It takes over 16 hours. I saw it on YouTube. Jesus Christ. So we're now arriving at Crusader. Now what we need to do is jump one more time to Port Olisar, which is just here. We've actually come out quite close to Port Olisar. How far is that? 10,000 kilometres? I mean, Jesus, we could bloody fly that if we wanted to, but we're not going to. There we go. Let's give it a bit of the old boost. Afterburners, they're doing their job nicely. Jesus. They really get you shifted. I love the Freelancer. It's a fucking amazing ship. We're just waiting for the cooldown of the quantum drive there. Again, eventually it's all going to cost more and things like that, and everything's going to be really expensive. Did I play this before the big 3.0 update? I played it a little bit before the 3.0 update, and it definitely wasn't as good as it is now. It's still not great, but it's a lot better than it was. I don't think anyone can wrestle that. Can I walk around during warp? Other people can, but I can't as the pilot. Right, so we're coming at it from the right side. That's good. What we need is landing permission. There we go. So we're now in the field. Oh. There's my thing. Ship's bugged out. Lovely. Okay. What I need to do is slow the fuck down. Okay, sometimes your accelerator gets stuck on in the alpha. As you can see, even though I'm not accelerating, I am accelerating, which is a pain in the arse to land, but that's alright. Let's call landing services. This is the one they're trying to, oh fuck me, wrestle the ship, wrestle the ship. Oh god. Okay. All's fine, all's fine. Oh, fuck me. It's a little bit troublesome to land when it's like this. Let's, oh Jesus, hold in. Auto land on. Puke, yep. Okay, I think we're touching down. Hopefully. Don't kill me. Please, game. Are we down? Minus... Landing, fuck it. I don't know about successful, but we landed alright. There we go. Just quickly run to the back. Your boost was on, that's probably why it was... Ah, right, okay. Fair enough. Me own fault then. Jesus. Cool. Let's open up the door. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello. Oh. A little bit of texture pop in there. Seamless. Don't think anyone noticed. Yeah, brilliant. We landed very close to the railing once again. What ships have we got over there? We've got two freelancers over there on the other dock. I think that's A strut. Yeah, that's A strut. Beautiful. Ah, there he goes. Beautiful. Right. Let's get inside and sell that gold. We bought it for about 100,000, didn't we? Close the door. Closing the door. Don't want my ship stolen. You are right. I'm an absolute idiot for that. Seriously, I've had my ship stolen about 4 or 5 times. It's just, at first I think to myself, oh, did I not land properly? Is it just floating away? And then I see the engines kick on and I'm like, ah. Whoops. Let's get indoors and let's sell this on. Beautiful. Righto, let's sell this on.
Welcome to the Port Oligar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
Beautiful. Let's use the terminal here and let's see how much we're going to get for selling. Now we need to go to the sell tab and then switch to our freelancer, which we have got full of gold and about a 50,000 profit, give or take. That's not terrible. 50,000 is better than nothing. 50,000 in the bank, we sell it on, and we should get back up to above 2 mil. Yes, 2.1 million AUEC in the bank there in the top right. That's pretty good. Right then, I think that about covers it from myself today. A little bit of a sort of a Star Citizen run around. Not something I'm going to play very often, because there's not much more to tell than what I've showed you. If we do anything, we'll probably just be flying around being pirates and shooting at people, which is a little bit, again, a little bit of a chore. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing this evening. I will decide close to the time, probably some Cold Waters, or maybe even some Long Dark. I'm not sure. So yeah, thanks very much for coming down. I'm going to pass you on to Yuki, my fellow bear brother. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of Star Citizen. Good game so far. Again, needs optimization work, it needs more content, but as a sort of a glorified tech demo, I think that really cuts the mustard. It really sits well with me, that. So, one of those ones. To each their own, I suppose. So yeah, thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Long Dark hooker. Oh, the fucking chat's divided. We could do some. I think we're overdue some Long Dark. So yeah, see you later, mate. Soon.
One pound of cubs. Much appreciated. Die, swine.
I think this Steam review speaks volumes. I'm glad we're talking about it. Shoot, why not?
Thank you so much, dude, for the host. What were you streaming? Star Citizen. Oh. How was your stream?
Pretty good. Low FPS. Nice. Lower, pretty good. Low FPS, but it looked nice.
Pretty good, low FPS, but it looked nice.
Good, low FPS, but it looked. Oh shit, it's my... I didn't turn it off.
How much money have you pumped into the game so far?